Okay, so I just got out the shower. Don't mind the noise in the background. My grandma has her TV on 100 for some reason. But I just got out the shower, well, the tub, cause yeah, and I was up in there crying. I don't really know what I was crying about, but I was watching some videos and it brought up this topic, not a topic, but I was thinking about it like the entire day. So earlier I was writing in my journal because I finished my last one, so I had to start a new one. And the first thing I wrote in there was a letter, like, but it wasn't necessarily a letter. I don't really know what to call it. And it was like, oh, like, to whoever finds this, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to write, but here it is, basically. And it had, I was saying, like, I was contemplating whether or not that I wanted to end myself. And like I do think about it a lot, but every time I think about it, it's just like, if I do that, I'm not gonna, that won't bring me the satisfaction that I want, because then it's still stopping, like, it'll put a complete stop to everything that never got to happen that I want to happen when I get the chance for it to happen. So even if I do it, I'm still going to be, whatever happens after we die, I'm still going to be unhappy with results. So every time I get close to doing it, I don't do it because it won't bring me the happiness that I want. And I kept saying, like, I don't want to kill myself, but I tried a couple of times in my life. And I wrote a couple letters too, not to no one specific, just to the abyss. And the first of which I wrote when I was 8 years old. That was after the first attempt, which was 2 years earlier when I was 6. I wrote one when I was 8 because me and my mom had got into it, and she beat me. And she beat me like I was some girl off the side of the street. And at that point, when I was 8, that was when my little sister was first born, and the whole trajectory of my life changed, and I became a mother to my sibling right then and there. And she was fine. The first one was fine. I feel like that's normal. I was watching her, how I would be. And my mom was more there than she was when my little brother was born. The first one, but the one I wrote when I was 8, I think I ripped it up and threw it in the trash and no one found it. And then, time went on and things got worse. And I think the second one I wrote, I was 10. That was a couple months before another attempt, and I don't know, it was something small that really set me off. I think my mom had yelled at me in front of her friends, and she was telling me something about something. I don't really remember, but I remember, like, Mom, like, you want me to do all this stuff and take care of everyone, but all you want to do is smoke and do this and that with your friends. And I wrote a whole letter, and I was on a trip. I wasn't on a trip, but I was out of town with my auntie and my cousins, and she called me because I had a phone then. She called me and she was like, daughter, where are you right now? Like, I just want to talk to you. And immediately I thought I was in trouble. I don't know, because my mom doesn't call me and say stuff like that. So immediately I thought I was in trouble, and I was like, oh my God, like, no, don't ruin this trip for me. And she was like, was my brother born then? Yeah, he was born. Maybe my timeline is off. No, I was 11. I had to be 11 because he was like 1 or 2 then. So I was 11, and she was like, yeah, he was in your room, and he was like messing with your stuff, and he brought this piece of paper out from your room, and I read it, and I just want to ask you if you're okay. My world stopped. Like, I thought I was gonna get in trouble. So she read it, and she was like, I just want to know, like, I feel so bad, and I hope you're okay. And I didn't know I was making you feel this way. Yeah, that was bullshit, because when I got back in town, you still treated me the same way. So it's just like, oh my God, like, whatever. Nothing changed. And A few months later, because my mom would leave me home by myself with with my siblings for days on end, and I was like feeling that single mom feeling that you feel. And my cousins were over, and I was trying to regulate the house and no one was listening to me. So then my mom had company over. She had like all my aunties and cousins and some other outside friends. And my sister needed her diaper change. She was around 2 or 3, maybe yeah, 2 or 3, maybe 4. I don't really remember. I don't feel like doing the math. And I was changing her diaper, and I accidentally, like, cause my mom was trying to do my hair and I was changing her diaper, and I was like trying to make her sit still, so I kind of like pulled her legs in, and I guess I did a little too hard, or maybe she was exaggerating. I really think my sister was exaggerating, because like I didn't pull her that hard. And she like bumped her head on the floor, and she's like, "Yeah, be careful, my baby," and da 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 da. And then my aunt chimes in and she's like, "One thing I know is you better not throw your brother into a wall." My 1-year-old brother? That don't even sound right. So I looked at her. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Yeah, don't think they didn't tell me you better not throw your little brother into a wall anymore or flip your sister over in the car." And I was just like, so, and then my cousins walk in as she was saying this. So I looked at them, and I just didn't say nothing. And I asked again. I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Dad, they told me this and that." Mind you, it was I think like a week before or like something like that, and they were all in my room trying to bully me, even my older cousins, and they were trying to bully me, and I was getting frustrated. And I was telling them like, "Okay, like, everybody needs to get out of my room." Like, I was overstimulated. Like, I don't overstimulated, overwhelmed, whatever you want to call it. I was something. And I was like, "Okay, everybody want to get out of my room, like, please, like, I'm trying to do this and that." And my sister had this card thing that, you know, those kitty cars where you push them in. And I was like, "Okay, I'm trying to get everything out of my room." I'm holding my little brother, and I'm trying to push the car out of my room, but they're trying to push me back into the room. I don't know what they were trying to do to me, but they were trying to push me back into the room, talking about some, "I don't have to get out, da da da, I'm older than you, you're not running nothing, da da da." And I was just like, "Okay, whatever." I'm trying to push the thing out, and they jump in front of me, and the car flips over. Like, it didn't even flip over, it like tilted over, and then I picked it back up. Like, it didn't even hit the floor. So I'm just looking at them. So I said, and I'm like, "So you're not gonna tell them? Like, you just gonna lie?" And then it was like, "Nah, they not all just lying," because it was like 10 against 1. Like, all my cousins were there. It was like 10 against just little old me. And I was like, "So y'all gonna sit here and lie?" And my mom was like, "She probably did do it, like, cause she be wanting to get having an attitude every time she gotta watch the kids." No, I'm not watching the kids. I'm raising the kids. So yeah. And then my mom started beating me in the back of my head and throwing me all across the house in front of everyone. Do you know how, like, I don't know, that's so dehumanizing, like, in front of everyone. Like, and I mean, when I say throwing my head into walls and all across, like, she beat me from the living room to my room. And she was like, "Yeah, and stay in there, don't come out." Fine by me. And so I just went in there and I was crying on my business. Then 5 minutes later, she storage problems, okay? So you know when adults feed off each other and they hype themselves up. So my mom came in my room again. I was like done crying, but you could still tell that I was visibly like irritated. And she's like yelling at me some more. And I used to do this thing when I used to get angry. My closet used to be my safe place, and I had this really tiny confined closet. So I was in there with my big old king size blanket, and I was wrapped up in it. She comes and busts in the closet and just starts beating me in my face. I can't run. There's nowhere to go. Like, my closet was tiny. She's just beating me in my face like she was trying to kill me. And I was just like, "Mom, stop." I don't know. Every time my mom beat me, how she used to, it's not even that it was hurting. It was just that she was doing it. Like, why? Like, it wasn't. I don't know. So I was just like, "Mom, stop, like, da da da." And I was just screaming, like, and it was screaming to the point where I wasn't even saying words anymore. I was literally just screaming. And then my aunts come in there after they seen what she was doing, because I guess it sounded like I was getting killed, literally, and they were trying to pull her off, and it was no, like, well, I don't know. When my mom gets angry, she, like, I don't know, she turns into a different person. So so they were trying to pull her off of me, and she was still beating me. And then she drug my head out the closet and like threw me into the wall again. She was like, "Don't ever touch my kids again," and da 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 da, and da, 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 all that yada yada. And I was like, "Okay, whatever, like, I don't care." I didn't say anything. She left the room. I ripped all of her pictures out of our family photo book, and like, yeah, it was a whole thing. I didn't eat for a week and I didn't sleep for a week. I didn't do anything for a week. Like, you wouldn't see me out that room unless I had to use the restroom, and I wouldn't use the restroom until my body was absolutely aching. So all of that, and I tried to I tried to end my life again. And that was one of the most that's the one that I remember the most, because it was the most like I was going to do it. I was going like I was going to do it. So what? That was 11. I I don't know. Then it got worse from there, and I was just, I don't know what was wrong with me. So it was 11, and then a few months later, it's like the world was just beating my ass. So then we had got, I had got beat again, because my mom them, and when I say them, I mean my dad. I was at my friends, and my dad made me come home, and then he randomly went through my phone, because now he's just hearing this. He's just now hearing about me throwing my brother into a wall, which is his baby. His, like, bro, he would kiss my brother's ass if he could. Like, so I was just like, he was like, what's this I'm hearing about this? And he just goes to my phone, and I didn't have nothing on my phone. Like, literally, it was literally nothing in my phone. I did have like notes where I would express myself, but it would be like, oh, like, I'm so angry at my best friend type stuff. And so it was really nothing in there. And he literally made something out of nothing, but he acted like it was okay. He was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna keep this, but you can go back. Well, he gave it back, and then he said, okay, you can go back to your friend's house. So my best friend lived right across from me, and I basically lived there. So she was like, you can go back. So I went back, and my mom came home with her mom, and she was like, okay, let me see her phone. And I was like, okay, here. Like, she's like, I just need to look at something. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I had to stop. It's a fly. Then I had this watch, and I could see what she was doing. I could see what she was doing on my phone, and she was going through my notes, and I just knew. Like, she was recovering deleted notes. No, I knew it was over from there. So we go home. Now it's about 4 or 5 in the morning, and she's like, okay, they both come in the living room, like, y'all set this up. This was premeditated. So I sit on the couch, and they're talking to me, and it was like, da 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 da. So I'm asking, look, like, so, like, I'm really confused on what they were mad about. So I was like, what did y'all see? Like, what is it? Like, let me explain. Like, it's nothing. Like, I'm trying to figure out what it was they were mad about, and they could not tell me for the life of them. Like, they could not give me an answer like, oh, you had inappropriate pictures or something, or you were saying cuss words. Like, they could not tell me what it was that they seen that they were so angry about. So I was so I was so confused, and I was just like, okay, whatever. And my dad, he said, when you used to do we used to do Snapchat streaks, and I had did an outfit check, and I sent it to the wrong person on accident. And I was like, oh, like, can you delete that? Like, I didn't mean to send that to you. Can you delete that? And that was literally it. And then he goes off like, your cousin is 15, and she got pregnant, and you wanna, I was like, no, like, no, it was just an outfit check. Like, it's nothing to like, I literally showed him the picture and everything, and he still went off on a tangent for no reason at all. And then he beat the absolute shit out of me. Like, when I tell you he beat me, you would think that the leather, that I got the leather print tatted. Like, it was bad. And that was the only time my dad ever beat me. That was the only time, or the only time I can remember that he ever beat me, and it was like horrible. And I was just like, and my mom was just, because at first I wasn't gonna let him, like, I was like, stop. I was like finna run away. Like, I was trying to run away. Like, he was gonna have to chase me to beat me. But my mom was like, no, just let him do it. He's your dad. Like, no, he's not. He's your boyfriend, my stepfather, who beats you. So no, like, no, like, and she was like, no, just let him do it. So I just accepted my fate, because I feel like the more I fight it, the worse it's gonna be. So he beat me at 6 in the morning. I went to school, and I had bruises all over my body. Yeah, and I told my friends about it, and they laughed at me, and that was that. And then a couple months later, I'm like now 12. Not a couple months later, like, time passed, I was in depression, and you can assume what was going on during that time. Like, it was just bad. And then now, fast forward, I'm 12. I did try to off myself again, but we not gonna get into that. Fast forward, I'm 12. My mom had gotten into it with one of her friends, well, with my best friend's mom, as we were having a sleepover that morning. This fly is finna irritate me. She was irritated. She was mad about something. She was arguing with my best friend's mom. Stop, hold on. Whatever, can't find it. But anyway, she was arguing with my best friend's mom about something my best friend's mom did that she wasn't even there for. I don't even know why my mom was mad, and it had nothing to, she forced it to be her problem when it wasn't. So she made me leave. She was like, get up. And I was like, okay. And I was in the middle of eating cereal, like we were having a good little time, and she was like, get up, we're going, and da 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 da. I'm just like, okay, whatever, because I already knew I'm not gonna argue with you and finish it. We just gonna go. So we was going, and my mom walks me to the house, to our house, and she's like, didn't I do this? Like, she was trying to get me to back up her story. And I was like, I just kept saying yes. Like, she kept asking me the same question. I kept saying yes. We got in the house, and this was, my uncle was there. We got in the house, and he's like, just go to your room. Like, you don't need to see this. So I was trying to go to my room, and I used to carry around this itty bitty backpack, this mini tie-dye backpack. I used to bring it everywhere with me. So I was carrying around my little backpack, and my mom drags me. She tries to drag me back into the living room, and I'm like, oh wait, like I like, hold on, wait. So I'm trying to take the backpack off so I don't get dragged, and then she takes that as me trying to hit her. So I'm just like, okay. Then she like picks me up and like puts me on the wall like how they do in the movies, and she's like yelling in my face like, don't ever go against me, I'm your mother, and da 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 da, whatever. So she's like, okay, da da da, I love you. You know, I'm irritated. I'm like, tears are falling down my eyes, but I'm not crying. Like, but I'm not crying. But like, tears are coming down, but I'm not crying. She's like, okay, go to your dad's house until I go over there. I don't want to go over there. So I walk over to my dad's house. Like, okay, so it's like my dad's house, my best friend's house, and then our house is like a little bit across. So we are all in the same apartment. She's like, go to your dad's house until I go over there. So I go over there and go in my room, mind my business. I'm texting my best friend. She's like, what happened? Like, are you okay? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Whatever. She comes to the house. She flips the whole story inside out and upside down. She tells him, oh, you should have seen how your daughter tried to hit me. She tried to hit me in my face, and da 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 da. She tried to challenge. So I'm just like, I didn't even say that. I didn't even try to defend myself. And I just look, I said, I wait for her to get done talking. I said, no, I didn't. I said, I could tell you what I did. She was trying to drag me from my backpack, and I took it off. I was trying to take it off, and then she took that as me trying to hit her. And then it was a whole thing, da da da. And she was putting her hands in my face, and I don't know, I have this like fear of getting poked in my eye. Like, I don't know, I can't do it. And she was like doing this in my face, so I had like did this, not even like that, but I literally just backed up a little, and she was like, you scared of me hitting your face? And then she just starts punching me in my face. Like, when I'm saying she's going to work on me, and I'm not even crying, I'm just like sitting there. Like, I'm not screaming, I'm not crying. Well, I was screaming at first. I was like, mom, stop, but I wasn't like crying or nothing. Like, it didn't hurt. I was just like, I like checked out. And I sit back up, we sit back up, and she continues talking like nothing ever happened. And and I start feeling my face, like something is on my face, so I'm wiping, and it's blood. I'm like I know. And in the middle of her talking, like, no, it's blood coming like out of my face. I go in the restroom, my whole nose is messed up, my whole mouth is busted, like it's just blood everywhere. So I'm like trying to fix myself up, and then my dad and he watched her do it. See, it only wants to come when I'm recording. He watched her doing it, and it was just like, so I'm cleaning myself up. I'm not even listening to what they're saying. Like, they're just talking, whatever. 12. I was 12. This is 12, yeah. And I go in my room. Well, I go in my siblings' room because they weren't there at the time. I don't know where they were. I go in my siblings' room, and I'm just texting my friend like, she just beat me. Like, my whole nose and my mouth is messed up. Like, I'm so angry. Like, I wish I could just, yeah. I was mad. I was mad that she was trying to force me to give her hugs, and I just didn't. She was like, okay, I see you don't want to give me no hug. And yeah, I don't, because you just beat the shit out of me. Like I meant nothing to you. Like, no, I'm not finna know. It's not that. I don't care. Then a couple months after we got took from CPS. We got took from, we had a CPS case, and they took us, whatever. And on top of everything that was already going on, not a couple months, it was a couple weeks. On top of everything that was already going on, it was just like that was a cherry on top. So when we got placed with my grandmother, who I am with now, I immediately tried to kill myself. Like, I wasn't even gonna play. Like, I'm not gonna go through the depression stage, and like, yeah, it was immediately no. I don't remember what I did I can't remember what exactly I did try to do, but just know I tried. Let me think. And I was cool. Like, it was cool. Like, the first two, like the first few months of being with my grandma was cool, because you gotta perform. But I didn't really be there because I really don't like her like that. Like, I really do not fucking like her. I never did ever since I was 6, and I never fucking liked her. But it was cool. Um, Time goes on. School, it's right before school starts because it was the summertime. So it's right before school starts. It's like January, March, April, May, June, July, August. It's August. School starts 7th grade. 7th grade was hell. Um, I don't really know. I don't really remember much of 7th grade. I just know I was going through a lot at 7th grade, and I tried to starve myself, but I don't know. I don't know. It didn't work. I guess you can't force the human body to do something it doesn't want to do, so it didn't work. Um, 8th grade comes around. 8th grade is cool. It wasn't cool at all. It was bad. That was when that's kind of when the case was coming to a close, because the case was open for 2.5 years before the papers got signed. So 8th grade came around. It was cool. We just not even gonna talk about 8th grade. 9th grade comes around. 9th grade was really it for me. 9th grade really, whew, that was when we finally signed the papers. We were with her for life now, and she would still allow my parents to be over even though they weren't supposed to be around us. My dad would try to kill my mom every day in front of us because he's a domestic abuser. That's what he is. And he would try to kill my mom every day in front of us and completely solve problem. Like he cracked my mom's skull open in front of us. He tried to throw her off the 2nd floor balcony out the window. Like, it was just, it was crazy. And then at 6th grade, I was in a very toxic relationship with a boy. And that was working. And then in 6th grade, I mean, not 6th grade, 9th grade was a lot of drama. Like, it was 9th grade. I could do a story time about that, but that'd have to be a whole separate video. But yeah, freshman year was just not it, and that's when my mental health really started to deplete, like, rapidly. Like, that, it got really bad. So it was something, I think it was the night my dad tried to throw my mom out the balcony. He cracked her skull open and we had to leave and come back. And that night was it for me because me and my grandma had gotten into it because I was telling her, like, I'm tired of living like this. It doesn't matter if we want to see them or not. They shouldn't be here anyway. Like, you're supposed to be protecting us and you're not protecting us from something here. And then you enable it. Like, no. And then a little bit after that, I tried to kill myself 2 times in 9th grade. The first time it was kind of simple. Like, I wasn't drinking nothing. I wasn't eating nothing. Now, that's when I developed my eating disorder as well. Like, I wasn't eating. I did not take care of myself at all. Then, we became homeless towards the summer. We became homeless that summer. And, we're just gonna skip that whole part of my life. And so summer we're homeless and we're couch jumping from her friends. And the summer before this sophomore year that just passed, I started to self-harm badly. Like, it was really bad. And like, it was every day I don't want to say for fun, but it was almost, sometimes I was just doing it to just be doing, like, it was a lot going on during that summer. Then sophomore year came. Sophomore year was much calmer than freshman year, but sophomore year still had it's a lot of issues. I'm so glad it's over with. Like, oh my god, I'm so glad. But sophomore year, that's when the problems with my grandma really started. Like, freshman year, it was already there because I even texted the hotline. There was no help. But yeah, sophomore year, that's when it really started. Me and my grandma started getting into it more, and I was already cutting myself. And I did skip over something really important. How old was I? When I was 12, I tried to shoot myself, and my dad walked in, and I hurry up and stopped, because the only reason that didn't happen is because I didn't know how to work the gun fully correctly. So had he not walked in and gave me maybe 2 or 3 more minutes, my head would have been across the room. But anyway, we're gonna come back. We're gonna jump back. So I was already there, and I tried to slit my throat, and it didn't work. Like, it's nothing there no more, but it didn't work. Sophomore year was a lot. I can do separate story times if there's anything, because I'm really trying to get through this video. We're back. Where was I? I needed to rant. I don't know. I don't remember what I was saying. Yes. Yes. How old am I? 16? Okay. Where are we? 15. Sophomore, I got kicked out October of 2025 because my grandma put her hands on me, and that's just something I decided I didn't want to tolerate anymore, and she kicked me out. And I went to go stay with one of my cousins. Well, she's not really my cousin, but you know, chosen family type thing. Like, we've been knowing each other since we were little, and that was our reconnection. Like, we haven't seen each other in a minute, but I went to go stay with her. She opened her house up to me. I went to go stay with her, and then they forced me to come back. I was not gonna come back, but I still had to go to school. This is like the school year. I already said October 25. Okay, so, but they said, my dad was trying to text me and all this, and Jay was like, you're not gonna be able to go to school. If you go to school, they're gonna send you to the police office, and da-da-da-da. So I was just like, oh, now I gotta go home. I went home, and she gave me silent treatment for like 3 days and told everybody I wasn't her granddaughter, and that she doesn't like me, and a whole bunch of other, like, it was just crazy. And that the whole end of the year was just not it for me. I just got through 15, so now I'm 16, and I feel like I skipped a lot of stuff, and I don't want to tell y'all about every other time I tried to do it. I just feel like it's not necessary right now. I don't want to bring that up because I don't know. I don't want to bring that up right now unless that's something you guys are interested in. But towards the end of sophomore year, things got worse than they are, and that's around the time I started to write because I had to find something to do. I've relapsed a couple times during these last few months. So yeah, anyway, back to the present time. As I was in the tub, I was thinking about doing it again because I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know if I'm falling back into depression or if, I don't know what I want to call this, but I just don't know what to do with my life right now, and I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like I don't need to be here, and I don't want to be here. So, oh, also, before I got in the tub, so anyway, back to present time. I did write a suicide letter a couple hours ago. I'm not gonna kill myself though. I don't know why I wrote it, but I kind of just want them to invade my privacy and like read my journal. Like, I don't want them to do that though. But like, you know, like, I want them to do that so they know like what's going on with me, and they can maybe try to help me, and maybe they'll start caring about me. I'm whispering because the TV just got like freakishly quiet. But yeah, I just kind of want them to like get a look inside of my head, and maybe that'll make them care about me or something. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I kind of just, I don't know. I'm trying to keep a smile on my face so I don't cry, and like I don't want to zone out or nothing like that. Anyway, yeah, and those are like all the time, not all of them, but a lot of the times I tried to kill myself, and a lot of stuff that was happening that was making me want to like end my life. I hope this video doesn't get flagged or nothing because I keep saying it. But nonetheless, I don't really know what the point of this video was. Maybe I just wanted to talk. I don't know, but I don't want to end my life, but like, I can't live like this anymore. And I'm at the point where I'm gonna like, because I know I don't never speak up for myself against my family, because I feel like the arguments are pointless, and I'm not gonna be arguing with no grown folks. I just can't do it. But I feel like if I don't, then they'll never change, or I'll never get like the peace of mind that I need. So I feel like I'm gonna start I'm gonna try to start standing up for myself. But I don't know, I don't want to system overload, and like, because I just can't. Like, man, like, it literally does something to my blood. Like, it doesn't even make my blood boil. Like, my blood literally disintegrates like in real time. So I don't know, but I just know something needs to change. Because I feel like I might try again. I don't think I don't want to, but I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm getting to the point where I might do it again. But I feel like if it hasn't worked all the other times, then I mean there's something here that's making that I need to stay for. But it needs to hurry up. I'm going to end the video here because I don't know, for some reason every time I make a video I have a point that I want to get to, and then I start talking and I forget when I get towards the end of the video. So I'm gonna end the video here. Maybe if I remember I'll say it in the next. But I hope everyone else is having a good night, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this video, if you're watching this video. I want to know that if you're battling something, you're not alone. There are other people who feel that way, and maybe people who have recovered, maybe they can help you, or if you want to seek counseling or therapy, I would recommend. But sometimes that doesn't always work for people. Just know that you're not alone, and I believe that you can get through it. And if you can't, we right there with each other. We right there with each other. Don't leave me here alone. Don't leave me here alone. I may not know your story, but just look. I need to know that I'm not the only person here that's feeling this way. But anyways, I hope everyone's doing good. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Just know that I love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all another day.